the chop shop. I'm gonna get some work done today. Before we do, I know I never say this, don't forget to like, subscribe, share. I'm real close to going over that monetization mark, and that'd be awesome. But that's all I'm gonna talk about that. We're just gonna get to work. And being wintertime, kind of just been trying to tie up loose ends on Sandy. In the last episode, obviously we did the dashboard, the headliner, and belt covers. And on this episode, I think I'm going to finish my exhaust, because we kind of just dumped it, which is, you know, it's fine. But when I ordered my Black Widow muffler, I also ordered this little plate. And I think what I'm going to want to do is mount this bad boy down here somewhere and shoot the exhaust out the side. The only complication with that really is because I don't want to drill a hole in my frame. I'm gonna have to probably U under the frame and then U back around to get me right around in this general vicinity. I think I would prefer as far back as I can go. I also haven't decided which way I prefer this. I think I prefer it this way. But I'm gonna get this fuel tank out of here. Because it's full of fuel. I'm gonna be cutting and welding, and it leaks. Plus it's gonna give me a ton more room. But I think while I'm in here, I'm probably gonna go through and hit a lot of my crossbars here were very poorly welded when I did them, and I don't want my bed falling off because, you know, as you've seen, I like to kick this thing sideways and do burnouts and stuff. So I'd be really upset to lose my bed. But so where I stand, I'm gonna just get to work. This fuel tank is actually going to remove very easily. I'm probably gonna get me some vice grips and probably just clamp it right there so I don't leak fuel all over. And then it's just as simple as unscrewing these turnbuckles. That'll take the tension off the chains. I can just lay them off to the side, pull that bad boy out. But I'm gonna get this truck on some stands, get that fuel tank out, start cutting and welding some shit. It's stinky. I think she might run just a smidgen on the rich side. We'll address that later. But so far, struggle busting in this episode already. My floor doesn't have the traction or the grip to prevent these from sliding forward. So I guess I'm gonna have to jack it up, slide them underneath of them, get jack stands and stuff. My original plan was just obviously to drive on there, jack up the rear end, because, you know, it's gonna save me the effort having to do the same thing at the front. But whatever. Alright, so, like I said, just loosen these turnbuckles. These chains, pull it right out of the way, which pretty much has this tank ready to come out. This point in time, what I'm going to do is to take some Gorilla Tape, wrap around the vice grips here. I'm going to crimp off one of the sides of my fuel line. Quite know where yet, probably. Right there, I guess. And boom, it totally worked. Not leaking any fuel at all. Let's go out of here. Get it out of the way. Another thing want to take care of while I'm in here. I don't know if you can see it or not. If you look right here, this cross member has been hitting my drive shaft the whole time. So while I'm in here cutting and welding, I might as well address that too. Okay, so I'll probably make a half-assed attempt to get that fuel that I spilled cleaned up. Like I said, I need to address this issue. I don't think it's going to be a big deal, more labor intensive than anything. And as far as my exhaust goes, I think I'm going to cut it basically right before it starts to 45, maybe. One thing I got to do yet is move that plate back and forth and see where I like it the best. After that, it'll kind of give me a better idea of where I want to cut that off. But that's so when I clean up this mess, I'll probably, I don't quite want to cut that yet until I figure out where I want to put my hole. But I think I'm going to go ahead and address this issue. I think I know how I want to attack that. I think what I'm going to want to do here is probably just go ahead and notch this out, front and rear. And if I can do this without hurting myself. Oh yeah, we got it. Got this piece of 2x4 over here. I'll basically just cut, I just need the U, so basically cut the top or bottom off of this and just use it to get a little bit of strength back in there. I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal, but we'll go ahead and take the effort to add a little bit of strength back into it just for safety's sake. That's the way I'm going to attack that. Okay guys, so if you couldn't picture what I was trying to put down earlier, this is all, oh, it fits in there nice. That's all I was envisioning, just a nice little notch. And again, I obviously just slid that in there real quick, but you know, it's gonna give me my clearance, but also add me a little bit of rigidity back in there. You know, to compensate for anything that I just took out. So I'm gonna bust out the grinder, the welder, burn that thing in. I might put the truck down on its weight and make sure it's sitting the way that it is. It's just a smidgen cocked. But even with that, I still have way more clearance than I just did have because I was starting to dig into my drive shaft there. But yeah, like I said, I'm gonna get this cleaned up and lay some welds down and I move on to the exhaust. There we go, fellers. Just cleaned her up real quick. Go ahead and burn her in. Hey guys, so issue I'm running into is my dumbass forgot that my 200 amp outlet was right there and parked the truck a little bit too far away. Dumbass! Which has really made it inconvenient to make some of these welds happen, but I got everything done except for just that corner. Again, I'm flux core. I want to weld in that hole, not necessarily for strength, but to keep water out of it. And you know, you'll never mistake me for a pro, but that ain't gonna go nowhere. That's about as far as we're gonna go with this, because I need to move the truck closer that way to get this side. And then, as you saw in the video, just ran out of wire, which I do have more, but we'll worry about that when I jump onto the exhaust, and that's next. All right, guys, little clearance test. As before, you know, we had like 1/8 of an inch. Now we got plenty of wiggle. Now there is some extra, and I should have done this before I welded it in. And you can see where we're hanging past right here. I'm gonna cut that off. And that's going to give me that much more clearance. Again, I should have done it before I glued everything on there, but it is what it is. So now, what we're on to is kind of trying to find where I want my exhaust to come out at. I think I like it about as far back as it can go. I don't really want to go in between. I want to go like all the way back or forward. I don't think I really want to go in the middle. I think I like it back more, and I think that's also going to be the easier way to do it, besides the fact I dropped this bed once, so I'm going to have to straighten out this metal to make that happen. But yeah, I think further back is the way to go. In theory, what I'm going to do, use this board as a backer and hammer on the inside here and hopefully get this some sort of half-ass flat. I don't know. I think I might actually have to do this from the bottom, to be honest. She's pretty bugger. Pretty bugger. Got a little more beating to do here. Yeah. Oh shit! Dumbass almost fell with the saw in my hand. Alright, so I'm just gonna cut this off pretty much just to leave enough for a flange to go on past the muffler here. Hopefully going to recycle that rusty piece and come out the side of the bed. My plan is to use these two views here after I knock everything that I needed down. Jeez. Okay, so maybe this is a little complicated, but really, like, my only other options are to drill a 3.5 inch hole in my frame. I don't really want to do. So I'm just going to loop around, and we're going to shoot out right that way. So I'm going to go ahead and get my hole drilled in here. Now I did pick up a 3-inch bimetal blade. What I didn't realize was, I don't even know where I put it now. My plate is actually 3.5 inches. I do have a 3.5-inch hole saw. Oh, there it is. But I don't think it's for metal. I might send it anyways, because anything that I mess up is kind of going to be behind this plate. But otherwise, you know, I'm drilling a hole way too small, and then I'm going to have to like grind it out or bust out the Dremel tool, and I think I'm going to make this work. It's a brand new bit, never been used. That's not very thick metal, so I think I'm going to kind of get this thing laid out, get that hole drilled, and after that we can get this exhaust actually coming out the side of the bed, which is what I wanted to do in the first place. But in the time crunch, I don't know if you watched any of the previous videos, I was trying to make it to a car show at the Kevin Masters Hot Rod School and Museum. I didn't make it. I was actually kind of butthurt about it. But you know, that's hot rodding. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do what I just did. I'm gonna mark some stuff and drill some holes. You. I'm trying to stay away from where it's still a little imperfect right there. Can I come up just a little? No, I want to stay back as far as I can. Getting there. Kind of just trying to bend this to the contour of the truck, basically. And that looks about fucking dead nuts to me. I like that. I like that. So, hold, 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 hold. Oh yeah. Oh, I can't get this one. There we go. Okay. So now, I just have to find the center of that hole. It's probably a little bit easier said than done. Okay, that actually worked way better than I thought it was going to. think I'm off at all. I think I'm short of screws. Short on screws. I need 2 more. Oh, 1 more. There's one right here. I wonder if there's another one on the workbench. That would be awesome sauce. Hey. Boom. So I was short of the screws that I used. I just used a rusty one that was that was laying on the workbench. I'd like to say I'm gonna change it, but I'm probably not. Boom. So now all I gotta do, look, I'm pretty much there. Really, I just need to probably shorten that guy a little bit. Maybe give her a little bit of angle and just make that happen. Boom! We ain't done. We're just mocked up. But that's what I'm thinking. Got everything sitting on jack stands. And do some wiggling, some finagling. But at this point in time, I don't really have any way to get you down in there with me. So I gotta blow all this back apart. Obviously clean everything up. Get everything mocked back up in place. Weld this bitch in. At this point in time, I'm running into the same problem I ran into with my little notch. I just can't reach most of what I'm trying to do, if I'm being honest. So now that the fuel tank's out of it and I really need it to move, I'm probably gonna makeshift my little boat tank so I can move this around real quick, try and get it a little closer in this direction after I move all this shit that's in my way. Okay, so damn, that's good. Chai stout. Chai stout. Got the makeshift tank in place here. Go ahead and get the girl fired up and get her scooch pooed over here so I can actually reach the weld. But man, she actually sounds like quite a bit different. Must just be the little Z right there. She gets warm, she'll chop a little bit more, but I dig. She got some temp in her. We're hanging out about what, 700 RPM, idling. Seems like she leaned out a little bit, but damn, she rips. Yeah, she sounds good though. Hell yeah. Whoa, found a random matching screw on the ground. Get in there. don't know where you come from, but I'll take you. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We match. Much more good. Actually, maybe I should pick that up before I run that motherfucker over, huh? I think we're getting ready to about wrap this up, guys. If you're curious of my exhaust setup, it's just some eBay shorties that, being honest, I can't even find them anymore. And then they go straight into the 3-inch. Let me get my light on here. Okay, so we come straight down from the header. Y under, you got some oil leakage going on, looks like. Y under the pan, and then run duals into a Y pipe, and then right into my Angry Housewife muffler there. And obviously, we're shooting out the side then. And again, it's my very first exhaust that I ever built. And considering it was kind of complicated, I'm happy with it. Could the welds be better? Yeah. Could I have coughed up money and got stainless? Yeah. But I mean, this whole truck's rough. Like, and I like it rough. Your mom likes it rough. But I don't know, man. The roughness of this truck just really gives it its personality. And I don't have very much money in this truck at all. Like, in its current condition, I might be $3,000 into this truck. Maybe. But I'm gonna get this thing down to the ground and probably wrap this episode up. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. Sure do. Alright, so we're ending the day. A nice copy side extra exhaust. Maybe I should shut this thing off, huh? Alright guys, so we're wrapping up this episode. Finally having a full exhaust. Like I said, I wanted to do that in the first place and just never managed to get to it. And I'm quite happy with it. We did our little cross member notch right here. I kind of just hit it with some gloss black real quick. I wish I had some matte, but it was just all I had laying around. So we'll get back to it later. And for the first time since slamming the truck down, we have full clearance. Like, I'm giving it all I got. Just ain't hitting that drive shaft. So that's nice. It's been an issue since the truck's been done. But just slowly getting her in tip-top shape for springtime. Okay, so I was gonna end the episode, but then I got bored and I kind of like, out of curiosity, buffed a little tiny spot on the hood, and it was so dramatic that I had to go through and do the entire truck, did the grill, and I gotta say, considering I literally just used that and just some cheap like regular wax, I'm happy. I'm very happy. I still got to do the other side. But speaking of sides, I've not heard my truck from the outside, only the inside, especially with the new side exit. So I'm going to see if I can convince my wife to record while I go maybe do a pull or two, maybe kick this thing sideways and make her mad. But let's see what happens. Okay, now that's it. I'm out of here. I'm gonna hang out with my wife and make up to her because she's mad at me for driving like a dill hole. But much love, guys. Like, subscribe, share, do stuff. I'm out.